What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI Sports and Gaming. This is World Wrestling Straya. What a week we have just had. There is absolutely no time to waste. This is World Wrestling Straya, episode 39.
G'day mates. Well, I reckon this is it.
Thanks Outback Jack. Yes, we're going to kick it off with the Aussie Superstar Watch. It's been not the greatest week for the Aussies, but we'll get into it. So, Rhea on Raw, first of all, took a loss to Charlotte in a tag team match with Charlotte teaming with Nia Jax, Rhea teaming with Nikki Cross, the Raw Women's Champion. Charlotte picked up the win, but then at SummerSlam, Charlotte picked up the win again. Double win pickups for Charlotte. She tapped out Nikki Cross to win the Raw Women's Championship. I don't know where this leaves Rhea Ripley, but not a great week for the Nightmare. Grayson Waller was defeated by Joe Gacy on 205 Live. I think that's his second loss in a row. He lost to Ikemen Jiro, I think it was last week. So we need some more W's for Grayson Waller. Buddy Murphy has announced that his new ring name is going to be Buddy Matthews. So I guess he's sticking with the Buddy moniker, which, I never really hated the Buddy name or anything like that. But Buddy Matthews, I think that's a pretty cool name, and I'll be keeping an eye on what's going on with him in the future. Duke Hudson lost to Carmelo Hayes in the semi-finals for the NXT Breakout Tournament 2021. This was disappointing. I was really hoping we were going to see Duke Hudson win this entire thing, especially with the fact that Odyssey Jones is the winner of the opposite side of this tournament. So it's going to be Carmelo. I'm not giving you the mellow as it me you're looking for because you beat my boy Duke Hudson, but it's going to be Carmelo Hayes versus Odyssey Jones in the final, which not happening at the Takeover event. I'm not sure why, but that match is likely coming up sometime in the next couple of weeks. Jessica McKay and Cassie Lee, the Inspiration. So reports have come out basically saying that there's been interest in this duo from Impact Wrestling, which doesn't surprise me at all. I thought that was kind of the logical place for them to go, just with the women's tag team division being there. But a deal hasn't been made, and there is an all-female wrestling promotion that's supposed to be starting up in the next few months. Apparently that's where they could end up, but this also depends on their work visa and, being allowed to stick around if they haven't signed anything and stuff like that. So I don't know what's happening with the Inspiration, but I'll definitely be bringing it to you guys when I do. And Indi Hartwell, the only Aussie to have a successful week this week, she got a win on NXT with her new boyfriend, old Dexter Lumis, the Creeper Man himself. They defeated Jessica Meyer and Robert Stone. Robert Stone is eye-rollingly bad, but I think he's got the right kind of cringe, to be honest, because he's always just so ridiculous. But it was Indi and Lumis getting the win in that match, and then after the match, what a moment. We had Indi go to get some, courage from Beth Phoenix, and then she got down on one knee and proposed to Lumis right there in the ring, and Lumis said yes, and he got a weird ring with an eyeball on it, and they're very happy, and Johnny Gargano's reaction on Twitter was great. He just tweeted out in all capital letters, Indi did what? So that was a really entertaining segment. I'm excited to still see what happens with these characters here. I don't know what they're going to do with NXT, but hopefully this is a storyline that can continue, if not on NXT, somewhere else in WWE. Thank you, Bad News Barrett. Yes, it is time for the news, and alright, first of all, there is a video that I uploaded on the FWCI etc. main channel talking about the huge return of CM Punk coming out on AEW Rampage, having a great promo. I talk about that in a lot of detail in that video, so go check that out. I'll link it in the comments as well. But yeah, CM Punk is now All Elite. So you want to talk about news headlines? That's your headline right there. But there's so much other stuff to get through as well. Christian Cage has retired the TNA Wrestling Championship. He's the current Impact Champion. They had both of those belts for some reason. Somebody brought it in and said it was a real world title. Kind of a story that went along a little bit too long, but Christian's retired that belt now, and I think that makes him the only person who has held titles in ECW, WWF, WWE, NWA, and Impact. So yeah, he's notching up quite a career for himself. Chris Jericho lost his match with MJF in the final labor of Jericho after an amazing a cappella Judas entrance from the crowd. This was such a special moment. I knew the moment that they said he couldn't have the Judas song for his entrance that the crowd was gonna, fill that void anyway. But it was such an entertaining match. Jericho likely taking some time off now to, let his body heal. He's getting up there in age. He can't be going, 100% every single week, every single month, every single year. So some well-earned time off for Chris Jericho. And with CM Punk coming in, it's the perfect time for him to take a step back and give some screen time to, this very quickly growing roster. And on SummerSlam, I'm not going to go through every single match's results because some of the matches on this were just eye-rollingly bad. Yes, I'm looking at you, Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. Why is Eva Marie even in the company? Don't even get me started. But Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. She came out, this was a weird setup. They looked like they were going to have Carmella have the match, and then Becky just came out and beat Bianca Belair in like one move. I don't like the way this is looking, to be honest. They gotta be careful because they're about to turn the fans against Becky Lynch, and I never thought that was gonna be possible, but if they keep booking her like this, WWE's walking very thin ice. We also had RK Bro defeating AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This match was okay. I can see they're trying to make RK Bro a version of the Rock and Sock Connection. I don't know if it quite works, but it's not too bad as well. It's not completely terrible. They do have some good moments, but AJ Styles just kind of chilling in the tag team division is a little bit disappointing. Again, he's getting up there. He probably doesn't mind, working matches where he has half of the, time in the ring. But I kind of want to see AJ step out of the tag division now and go have some good main event matches with guys like, Bobby Lashley, even Goldberg. Oh, Goldberg versus AJ Styles. I would have loved to have seen that. But new Raw Tag Team Champions at SummerSlam. And a new Raw Women's Champion. We mentioned this before. Charlotte tapped out Nikki Cross to get the win. No title for Rhea Ripley, and yeah, no idea where that's going to leave Rhea Ripley from now. But Charlotte going home with the title. I think that's championship reign number 12. Can you believe this? And also on the Raw side of the card, it was Damian Priest winning the US title against Sheamus. This was an okay match. I don't really like what they're doing with Priest though. I think he was much, much better in NXT. But it is very cool to see an NXT guy go up to the main roster and actually start winning titles and stuff like that, without having to, reprove themselves or re-establish a new character. So, congratulations to Damian Priest on the title win. And at the end of the show, it was Roman Reigns retaining the championship against John Cena. Kind of an underwhelming finish, but then we had Brock Lesnar come out with his little Brock knot going on and his beard looking like an absolute beast. And he had a bit of a face-off with Roman, and Paul Heyman was crying, and oh my god, this was a very interesting segment. Put it this way, I'm happy to have Brock Lesnar on any show as long as they book him right. I don't like it when he occupies championships and stuff like that, but I would love to have Brock Lesnar on every single pay-per-view. I just don't like it when they put a title belt on him and he only defends it every, few months. That just doesn't sit well with me. But Lesnar's back and he's going for Roman Reigns. And if you're in Australia, Monday morning, we are going to have NXT Takeover 36. It's kind of a weird time for NXT with all these reports that things are going to be getting changed up. It does make it a little bit harder to really get invested in what's going on, but I was having a look at the card, and the card is still really, really solid. I'm still very excited for every single match on this card, with the exception of, Trey Baxter and Ridge Holland. I don't know. I'll watch it. Maybe it'll be a good match, but neither of those guys do much for me. But I'm excited to see Karrion Kross defending the NXT title against Samoa Joe. Is Joe going to win this? I mean, is Kross going to the main roster? I really don't know what to expect as far as the outcome goes for that match, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe. LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes with the $1 million title on the line, and Ted DiBiase's services as LA Knight's butler will also be on the line as well. So if LA Knight wins, he's going to have old Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man, as his butler. I think we're going to see Cameron Grimes, score the victory in that one. We got the NXT United Kingdom Championship, Walter versus Ilya Dragunov. They've been doing a great job building this up on TV over the last few weeks, and I mean, everybody saw the last match that they had, so I'm very excited to see this rematch, and is this going to be Dragunov's moment to win the championship? Dakota Kai will be attempting to take the NXT Women's Championship from Raquel Gonzalez. I love Dakota Kai's work. I think she's earned a championship reign, to be honest, and I'm not sure what the plans with Raquel Gonzalez are going to be moving forward, but I'd like to see Raquel move up to the main roster, and I'd like to see Dakota Kai win the NXT Women's Championship. And with all those championship matches, the main event is likely going to be the non-title 3 Stages of Hell match with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. The first stage of Hell is going to be a straight wrestling match, which was O'Reilly's choice. The second is going to be a street fight, which was Cole's choice. And if it goes to a third and deciding fall, which let's face it, it will, that's going to be decided in a steel cage, which was William Regal's doing. So this is probably the match on the show I'm the least excited to check out. But that's your NXT card. I'll be covering that one next week, which means it's time for this week's Better Than Baron Corbin.
Oh, Nakamura has swiped the crown again. Setting Corbin.
So this is a segment where we have a look at what's going on with old mate Baron Corbin, because we love to hate him, and then we see who's had a better week than him. And this is a hard one, because Baron Corbin might be the most entertaining storyline on WWE TV currently at all. I just said that. Baron Corbin may be the most entertaining character on WWE television. Props to Baron for that, because this storyline with him being down on his luck, they just keep taking it to the next level and I'm enjoying it. But did he propose to Dexter Lumis on NXT and get a yes? I don't think he did. So Indi Hartwell gets this week's Better Than Baron Corbin. She got the win in the mixed tag match. She got the win in the proposal match with Dexter Lumis after some interference from Betty Phoenix. But Indi Hartwell having a great week, and it was her birthday as well. So happy birthday to Indi Hartwell. You are better than Baron Corbin. So this week's You Gotta Be Joking Me. During SummerSlam, there was an announcement on the WWE 2K video game. They had a really crappy trailer out there. It was a gameplay trailer, but it really didn't show any gameplay at all. And then they hit us with the release date, March 2022. You gotta be joking me. After how long the fans have waited, every October this game has come out, and they bring it out in October so that you get the Christmas sales. You get the people, the diehards that get it when it first comes out in October, and then you get another big wave of sales, around November and December when, people buy it for their kids and stuff like that for Christmas. So the reason they've changed it to March would probably be to coincide with WrestleMania and kind of roll it all into the promotion with WrestleMania. That's maybe a good idea in theory, but so's having your game come out just before Christmas and Black Friday and everything like that. That's also a pretty good strategy as well. So I don't think this was something that they were really intending on having happen. I think with all the releases that have been going on the last couple of months, the game developers have been getting a bit nervous, and now they're just in a situation where maybe there's too many members of the roster that are gone. So they have to try and, we need to, get some more legends in there, or we need to fix this up, or hey, we've got this whole storyline that revolves around The Fiend. We can't have that anymore because he's not with the company. I know that there were questions asked to some of the devs on Twitter, and somebody said that there's a cutoff date for the roster. Yeah, there would be a cutoff date for the roster if it's coming out in October, which it's not. So that would mean that the cutoff date for the roster has very likely been moved, and I think that means we're not going to see Bronson Reed in this next game. We're not going to see Buddy Murphy. We're not going to see Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman and Ruby Riott, and we're not going to see any of these people in it. There's heaps of other videos on this channel about that stuff. I did a reaction to the trailer as well, so go check that out. But WWE 2K changing the release date to March 2022, you gotta be joking me.
You gotta be joking me!
But you know I can't have it, you gotta be joking me without following it up with a bit of positivity, so it's time for this week's You Beauty.
You beauty! You beauty!
First of all, we've got Broden from Auntie Donna in the stinger for You Beauty. He tweeted out a picture of him supporting John Cena, which I just thought I'd quickly share with you guys. But the You Beauty for this week has got to be the match between Edge and Seth Rollins. Everything about this match was awesome. This could be one of the best SummerSlam matches in history, in my opinion. Just everything from the entrance from Edge doing the whole thing with the Brood, and Rollins having that really cool Matador kind of attire, with considering Edge's move is the spear. I mean, Rollins being the Matador, it just made so much sense. There was so much drama in the match. Edge trying to go for all the old school moves and hit the glam slam and went for the unprettier as well, with Rollins also busting out the pedigree counter that he used on Roman a while ago. Oh yeah, I made a meme about that, don't you worry. This match was awesome. I really liked the end where, you know, Edge just smashed Rollins' face into the mat, then really locked on the Crippler Cross face, but it was in the headlock instead. Fantastic finish. Edge looked like a beast. Rollins looked like a beast. That match is this week's You Beauty.
I've never seen this counter.
Didn't he use that move on Roman?
Come on, get up! You've been warned.
I've never seen this counter.
And it's time for the Jonah Twitter check-in. Yes, no longer Bronson Reed, it is now Jonah. And he was tweeting out some thoughts on the CM Punk debut on AEW. And he had this great tweet where he wrote, "I don't know what will happen with me, but I need to be in the ring with CM Punk. He shaped my teenage years alongside Joe, and we had the match below robbed from us." So obviously Jonah wants to fight Samoa Joe or CM Punk, and he's that age where that, you know, Ring of Honor class from like, you know, 03 would have really been, you know, something special to him. So it's cool to see Jonah, you know, getting in the conversation on CM Punk on Twitter and, you know, really letting us see what kind of a fan he was growing up as well. I'm so impatient to see him show up somewhere, and I know he's impatient as well, because you can just tell from his tweets he's getting very antsy about, you know, getting the next chapter underway. And I don't blame him, because the guy's got a lot of talent.
Fellas, what is going on? It is the Loose Ledge, Adam Brooks here, and you are watching World Wrestling Straya. I love that name. Straya.
So it's time for Yeah Nah. This is the segment where you guys ask me a bunch of questions down in the comments. I decide are they more yeah or more nah, answer them on the show, and every couple of months I give away a prize pack. The current prize pack is a Karrion Kross Elite, a Scarlett Basic, World Wrestling Straya T-shirt, probably some other knickknacks and stuff as well. All you have to do to win this is subscribe to the channel, use the hashtag YeahNah TikTok, leave a wrestling question or a comment down below, and you'll be in that draw at the end of September. So get cracking with your hashtag YeahNah TikTok. Didn't get any Yeah Nah TikToks this week, so the odds of you winning are, you know, 1 week better, I guess. But we did have a whole bunch of returns, so I'm just going to go through a quick Yeah Nah of the returns to wrestling that we witnessed this week. So, first of all, Becky Lynch's return. Yeah Nah? Nah, I don't like the way they did this at all. Having her come in and just job out Bianca Belair like that, if she's supposed to be a babyface, I don't see how that is going to endear her to the fan, considering the journey that we've all been on with Bianca Belair as of late. So, Becky Lynch's return, not handled very well so far. Brock Lesnar's return, yeah, nah, yeah, he looked like an absolute beast. And obviously we've all been waiting to see what happens with the Brock Lesnar-Roman Reigns situation, since Heyman is now with Reigns and he's a heel. Is Brock Lesnar a babyface now? Is that what we're about to see? So, man, I don't know what to make of this one, but it was awesome to see Brock Lesnar back, and they did it at the perfect time as well. So Goldberg's return to the ring, yeah, nah? Nah, this match wasn't good. Goldberg was hobbling down the ramp on the way to the ring. He just did not look in good shape. He looked in good shape, but he just looked like he was not healthy, like he was hurting, like it was a struggle for him to like do everything. So yeah, this match was not good. I didn't enjoy it, and thank God Goldberg didn't win. It went way too long. Lashley should have just destroyed him in 3 seconds and been done with it, but not a fan of Bill Goldberg's return. And of course, CM Punk's return. Yeah, nah, yeah, I did an entire goddamn video talking about that thing. So yeah, big time, yeah, go check that one out.
My friend, that sounds an awful lot like genocide.
No, because it's random.
Uh-huh.
And I might add, efficient.
And that's going to do it, everyone. Thank you for joining me for World Wrestling Straya episode 39. Don't forget to use the hashtag TikTok. Win yourself a Karrion Kross Scarlett t-shirt, knickknacks, prize pack. Go check out NBA Straya. There's still weekly episodes from Jimmy during the off season, so if you want to know what's going on with the Summer League or any trades or any other big NBA news, that's the place you can go and get it. And download the Wrestling with Figs podcast with Chris and James. It's a fantastic podcast about collecting from an Aussie perspective. It's all tied in with the Figs Down Under Facebook group on Facebook as well, so go check both of those out. And again, hashtag TikTok. Win yourself some free figures, and as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, and see you in the next video. Peace.